Hello, my name is Nell, and I have things to say. I recently watched a documentary on Netflix called The Tinder Swindler, and I want to talk about it. It got me. It got me. And just a preface to this video, if you have not watched The Tinder Swindler, I would advise you think carefully about watching this video because I will be talking about it in detail, so, spoilers and all that. But essentially this documentary is about a man named Simon who met women on Tinder, who met women on Tinder and then formed emotional connections with them and then managed to swindle them out of exorbitant amounts of money. And the reason I want to talk about it is because some of the feedback from this case and from the documentary, and even in the documentary it shows some of the feedback from articles written about it, was that these women are idiots. These women are gullible. These women were dumb. Like, they should have known better, therefore it's their fault. I have been the victim of manipulation, emotional and financial. I don't think I'm dumb, and I don't think I'm particularly gullible. Maybe I'm naive. But I think there's more to it than that. I think we're forgetting that people who swindle, people who manipulate, they are targeters, they are predators, they know who they're looking for. They know who's gonna fall for their bullshit. They don't spread their net far and wide, they pinpoint with sniper accuracy. If you hear of these sorts of cases and you think, well, I would never fall for that, then good for you, you'll probably never be targeted. If your eyes are so wide open to this kind of stuff, to these kind of red flags, then a predator will probably never see you as prey. So good for you. But I also want to look at what the qualities and characteristics of these people, of these women in this case, are. Gullible, idiotic, dumb, stupid. Okay, let's put those aside for a moment. In each of these cases, these women felt like they loved this man. In two of the cases in particular, they were romantic. In one of them, it was a friendship. In all of them, they believed that this man that they cared deeply about was in trouble, was in dire, dire straits, was in severe danger. They believed that they were the ones who he was counting on to help. They believed that if they didn't help him, he could be hurt, he could be killed. So they did what they could to help somebody they loved. Is that stupidity? Is that gullibility? Or is that love? Is that compassion? Is that kindness? I know what I think it is. Mainly because I see myself in there. But I want to bring it back to, this guy knows what he's doing. He's a scam artist. He's an artist. This is his job. He dedicated his life to this. He is good at what he does. He knows how to scout out and secure a mark. And in some ways, these women were unwittingly making themselves marks. Now, these women all met him on Tinder. And I think there is occasionally an accidental tendency for women in particular to essentially give the people on dating apps a script of what they want to hear. They'll put their heart on their sleeve and on their profile. So when somebody comes along telling them everything they want to hear, they think, this is amazing. This guy is saying it all. What they're forgetting is they gave the guy the script. They were so open with what they wanted and what they were looking for that when the guy came along saying exactly that, they forgot that that's everything they were telling the world they wanted. And this man, Simon, he knew exactly how to do that. One of the women said that she'd been on Tinder for a while and she wanted to find that big love. She wanted to find somebody who would just sweep her up and make her feel so important and so cherished. So when she met Simon, she knew that he was a busy businessman. And he took time out of his busy life to focus on her. He swept her up. He took her on a whirlwind first date to another country. He treated her like a queen. He remembered important things. He showered her with gifts. He checked in with her. He told her how much he loved her, how much he adored her, how much he was looking forward to building a life with her. He was saying all the right things. With another one of the women, they met on Tinder, but they didn't feel a romantic connection, so they stayed friends. And he built a good friendship with her. He didn't cross the boundaries of friendship. He would hype her up, tell her how great she was. They would go on holidays together. They would just get along like a house on fire. They would just be great friends. He wasn't pushing the boundaries. He wasn't making her uncomfortable. He was just a good friend. With one of the other women, she was with him for, I think, 14 months by the time it ended. It's a decent relationship. She shared everything with him. She even shared about the fact that at one point in her life, she had been beaten up by a group of men. It had scarred her for life. It made her terrified. So when she heard that Simon, her partner, her lover, the person she adored and was building a life with, when she heard that he had been beaten up and he needed her help financially to get out of that situation, she helped him. Is that stupid? Or is that what a loving, devoted partner would do? I haven't even been with my partner for that long. And I know that if he was in danger, I would do absolutely everything and anything I could to help him. That doesn't make me stupid. That makes me devoted. That makes me a loving human being. I wouldn't sit back and assume that he was scamming me, because we don't do that. And again, if you watch a documentary like this, you can sit back from the beginning, where there's the title, A Tinder Swindler, and the picture of this guy's face, and then suddenly hear all these stories about this guy, and immediately go, yeah, he sounds like a crook, it all sounds, I smell bullshit. Of course you can say that. Hindsight is 20/20. But have you ever had a friend lie to you and only realize it afterwards? Now for me, I've mentioned in videos before that I was in an abusive relationship. Was I stupid? No, I'm a pretty intelligent person. Was I gullible? Maybe. Was I an idiot? No. It's less about me and more about him. Was he manipulative? Yes. Was he cruel? Yes. Was he hard-hearted? Yes. Was he a predator? Yes. Was he excellent at targeting? Yes. Less about me and more about him. Because if it wasn't me, he still would have found somebody else. That's how I know it's not about me. That's how I know it's nothing about me. Because if he had tried it with me, if he had pushed with me and found that I'd given him some pushback, he would have written me off and found somebody new. It was nothing about me. He just found a soft spot. But it was all about what he knew he was doing. He knew exactly what to say because he was a master at what he did. Now, many years ago, I was friends with somebody who kept borrowing money, even though I'm on a pension. They were on a pension too, but they kept telling me how much trouble they were in, how I was the only one who could help. And I kept helping, and I kept helping. And I'd say, please, can you pay me back a little bit, please? Because I'm really struggling. I have so many medical bills. Yeah, I will. I just can't right now. Then I'd see new tattoos and I'd see new things in her house. But I don't want to believe the worst of somebody. Maybe I was naive, maybe I was stupid, but I was also very kind. And she knew that. By the time the friendship ended, I'd lent her a lot of money that I didn't see again. I'm very careful about lending money now. But watching this documentary brought that back. Because I might have been a target of this man. And it's not because I'm stupid. It's because I'm kind. I think when people get targeted for being kind, when people get abused for being kind, when people get murdered for being the kind of people who stop and help somebody in need, can we stop blaming kindness? Can we stop equating kindness and compassion with stupidity, please? Please? Can we start blaming the person who's the predator? Because taking away that one victim is not going to stop them from victimizing. They're going to keep going. It just really frustrated me. Even just having somebody say to me, yeah, those women were stupid. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. They were all very, very intelligent, very emotionally intelligent women. But they were all very kind. And he knew that. That's what he was looking for. So I think we should just be careful. You know, protect ourselves. Keep our eyes open. But at the same time, hold accountable the people who need to be held accountable. I don't want us to squeeze the kindness out of the world just because people are assholes. Right, that's all for this one. That was a little different, but I watched it. I watched that documentary and it was really in my noggin and I had to get it out. Alright. Bless.